Let's move on to our first coach on the schedule for this morning. That will be Coach Anthony Jones from Alabama A&M University. Coach Jones, are you on?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Well, thank you.
Great.
Well.
We'll get started by you giving reflections of this past weekend's game against Tuskegee, where you came out on top 7-6, and then look forward to your next game, a trip out to Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Well, our game against Tuskegee was what we expected, a hard football game. Tuskegee came and was ready to play. We played them out at Legion Field. Very good atmosphere for a college football game. Kind of tough back and forth. We made some mistakes, particularly a lot of penalties that cost us some opportunities to score. They had a few big plays on us, but our defense didn't break. They held them out of the end zone on 3 or 4 different occasions, and so we were able to put together a long drive late in the third quarter, and were able to score 94 yards, I believe it was, and blocked a field goal attempt late in the game, and then real late in the game with seconds remaining, they tried to kick a 52-yarder and came up well short, and we were able to preserve the win. Of course, we opened SWAC play against Arkansas Pine Bluff, coach against a good friend, again, Monty Coleman, and last year we had a heck of a ball game. We were able to ink out a 1-point victory, came from behind, but so this year, I expect the same kind of atmosphere and effort from them. They put together a tremendous effort, held us down for a long time. We were able to get fortunate and come back and find a way to pull that game out. And this week, I expect the same. I think they'll be ready to play, have a good football team there, and we're going to have to make a lot of improvements in a lot of areas. We expect to have a chance of beating Pine Bluff this week. That's kind of where we are.
At this time, I'd like to open the floor for questions for Coach Jones.
Coach Jones, I see Morrell, Pine Bluff Commercial. You just mentioned a lot of improvements you've got to make. What improvements do you need to make?
Y'all don't have that kind of time here, man. We got a lot of things to do, man. We were fortunate to get the win. We're blessed to get the win, but a lot of things we got to take care of internally before we can start worrying about our opponents, and that's what we're going to work on this week. So I won't go into a lot of details what some of those things are, but we just got to make a lot of improvements.
Right. I noticed the running game seemed to be a bit by committee. Is that the plan this season, even with a good running back like Kadarius Lacey?
Well, I mean, we have some good football players at that position, and so we're going to give everybody some opportunities until we find the hot hand that we feel can get us what we're trying to get done out there.
Right. Now coming off the win, what's the motivation for UAPB, like, given last year's finish?
I'm sorry?
I said, what is the motivation like for UAPB given last year's wild finish?
You'd have to talk to them about that. I know this is their SWAC opener just like it's ours. I know Monty. Monty is a very competitive guy. I know we'll have his team ready to go regardless of the situation. He has a good football team, and they'll be ready to play. And so I don't know what you would call the motivational factor in being. You'd have to talk to them about it. But I know that they're going to be very similar to us in their mindset, and that's going to be this is our next opportunity to play a football game, and it happens to be our SWAC opener. So they're going to put forth their best effort, and we're going to put forth our best effort. And, at the end of the game, we're going to come across the way, shake hands, continue our friendship, and we'll see what happens after that.
All right, and let me go back to last year. What did the victory over UAPB do in terms of, sparking your season? Because I think you guys were off to a 2-2 start or something like that, and then you guys, got on the road to the championship game.
I mean, without that win, we don't make the championship game. So it kept us going. It got us going. We had won, I think, 2 in a row, and then we were able to find a way to get that victory. That gave us a lot of confidence pushing through the rest of the season, because we knew we had found a way to come back on a good football team and eke that win out. And like I said, the Lord decided that this was our day to be successful, and so we were able to take that, and we understood what it was. We played against a good football team. We were able to make some plays late in the game, and somehow we were able to get it in our favor. So, but that was last year, and this is a whole new year, a whole new era, a whole new atmosphere, everything. And so, I expect us to have a great football game.
Thank you.
Both teams going to play well. I expect that.
One more question for Coach Jones.
Yeah, Anthony, this is Roscoe Nance. How you doing today?
Fine, Roscoe. How you doing?
Assess Deontay's play Saturday against Tuskegee.
Spotty. I thought he did some good things. He did some real good things, and I thought he missed a few things. So, your first game out, he had an opportunity to pass for close to 300 yards and had a few overthrows and speech. So that's kind of what happened.
Have somebody to go around.
Well, I guess that was kind of not the norm for him.
That's going to take a lot of folks out of here.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm
Please
still here.
mute your phone. If you on the call, please use star six to mute your phone and cut your background noise. Thank you.
Had a nice time this morning so far.
No, I
Go
just
ahead,
said
Coach Jones.
that wasn't the norm for him to have that kind of a game. He's more consistent than that, I think.
Well, I mean, he completed 67% of his passes, so
Right.
no interceptions, 1 touchdown. I thought he had a good game. I wouldn't call it a great game, but I thought he had a good game. He made some things happen. The biggest thing we had was penalty. We had 5 personal foul penalties that were all bad. And what I mean by that, we had 2 or 3 of them where we had moved the ball inside the red zone, and once those penalties were assessed, they were knocked way back. So, I mean, some of those penalties cost us 20 and 15 yards. I know they were assessed 10, 15 yards, but a lot of them cost us 20 yards.
Well, how reassuring is it for you to have a quarterback with as much experience as he has?
I mean, it makes your job a lot easier. I mean, the guys that he played with, they look at him for leadership. It's truly a blessing to be able to have that. And that's what you as a coach, you try to put yourself in a position to do so. By keeping guys in your program for an extended period of time and watching them grow and helping them grow and develop. And so this is what you try to do with your program.
Okay, Coach, good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right, Coach Jones, I'd like to thank you for coming on this morning.